All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Let me bring you guys over here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Big moves since we jumped on yesterday. Big moves in the markets here, guys. Let me bring you all over here. Audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, Bruno. Let's play this as well. There we go. We got the background music on. All right, audio, video good, awesome. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back. If any guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. Good to be back on with you guys. Good morning, good afternoon. Who got the we got lots of moves to cover here, guys, compared to when we jumped on yesterday. Who held the gold buys from London stream yesterday, guys? Who held the gold buys? Who held these longs here on gold? This ended up being an absolutely beautiful trade. We took this live on stream together. We called gold to come all the way up into these highs here. Now, I didn't hold it that high. I personally got out here at around 12:30 London time. But who held that trade? We took that trade together. We called the upside targets together. It took its time to play out, but we absolutely got to the full targets. Who held that trade? Anyone hold that trade? I know some of you guys did. It was a lovely buy. Nice. Yep. Almost a 4-hour hold. Nice, Anchuk. Nice. 4-hour hold. That's absolutely amazing. That's what we love to hear. For me, it was about, I think it was like a 3-hour hold. Took it around 8:35. Closed it at 12:25-ish London time. And like I always say to you guys, guess what? I didn't sit here and watch it. I didn't sit here and panic. I didn't sit here and go, oh, shall I close the trade? Do I hold the... I executed the trade with you guys, put in my stop, set my alerts, and walked away. Took my hands off the trigger and walked away. And then ended up making like 235 ticks with like a 1 to 6 risk to reward. It was just an incredible trade. I mean, even if you guys didn't hold it, that's fine. But as long as you guys were able to understand and see the levels playing out. You know, like I said, guys, we called gold. We had 2 amazing calls yesterday. First day of the week, we had gold longs all the way back up into these highs here from below these hourly lows. Fantastic. That's a 400 tick range. Now, what did we also call yesterday, guys? I didn't take this because I was too busy trading gold. What did we also call? We also called silver. Where? Up into 72. We called silver up into 72. When we jumped on here, you broke back above. Look at that. Huge trade. So massive call on gold that we took live together and a massive call on silver up into 72. Does it get much better than that? 300 ticks, nice. 100 ticks, nice. Closed around 150, nice. Pulled out at the first high. That's still good, Did it was a lovely buy. Yeah, good job. So where's Jason from last week? Anyone know where Jason is from last week? Talking ourselves out of trades. Well, here you just we had a huge call on silver and we had a huge call on gold. We literally, you could be stacking payouts by Monday. It's just 2 back-to-back incredible trades. Did anyone take the silver trade? Like I said, I don't trade silver much. I personally didn't take silver. But look how silver literally came up, tagged 71, and then sold back off. And what were we saying about silver yesterday, guys? We were saying most people would be selling silver, risking off these highs. What are we trying to do? We're trying to buy up into these highs. And some of you guys were asking, should we sell silver? And I said, no, I absolutely will not sell silver until you liquidate these highs. Because that's what silver loves to do. It loves to come up, tag the highs, and then sell off. So not only did we save ourselves a loss by trying to short here, we said, rather than trying to short here, buy up into these liquidity levels. 2 amazing trades. That gold trade was just fantastic. Like I said, I took it. We ended the stream. I had a 1-to-1 call. I went to the gym, set my alerts, and I look at my phone. I go, oh, cool, my alert's just gone off. It's either going to be a good alert or it's going to be a bad alert. I check my alert. I check the charts. Cool. Gold's up like 230 ticks. I close the trade. Job done. So simple. So simple. Thinking about him all weekend. Yeah, I've been thinking about him. Trying to get my own back. Been thinking about Jason all weekend, 100%. Exactly. Trust the strategy. Exactly. Trust the plan. And like I say, guys, you know, these levels play out throughout the whole entire day. They don't always have to come when we're here in the London session. But if you were here, you let it play out, you made great money yesterday. You made great money on gold. You made great money on silver. Even if you trade it into New York session, silver longs up into 72 that we called, and gold longs all the way back up into 4,600. Now, we'll have a look at some trades of the day, guys. I just wanted to jump on that because it's very important. And I wanted to see who actually had the confidence to hold that trade, because there was no reason to close it. There was no reason to watch it, and there was also no reason to close it. The more you reject without grabbing these highs, is more people trying to short. So if you close this trade early at like 100, you left like 400 on the card. Your winners are never going to outweigh your losses. There was no reason to close this trade. The reason I wouldn't close it is because you haven't liquidated the highs. Look at this. You've got a trend line coming down. So if you don't maximize these trades, your winners are never going to outweigh your losses. You have to maximize these positions. So for me personally, that's why I didn't watch it, didn't close it, just let it run. Now, you guys, you guys on I was about to say YouTube, you guys on Zoom, into the Asia market call as well yesterday. The reason I'm talking about this, guys, is because if you actually maximize what we're saying here, you guys are up like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ticks by Tuesday. This was the analysis from the Asia market call yesterday. I haven't touched this chart since. Literally haven't touched this chart since. This is the analysis from the Asia market call yesterday. For price to come down and grab some lows before getting right back up into these highs. There's another 1,000 ticks. So 1,000 ticks given in Asia yesterday, and 300 plus given in London yesterday. So what's that? Like almost 1,300 ticks? One micro, you're up over $1,000 on a Monday. Like, it's pretty insane. Yeah, nice, Ben. Yep, that's what it was all about, man. That's what it was all about. All about that higher time frame. All about that higher time frame. So again, Asia's had a great move up here on gold, guys. An absolutely amazing move. What do we do here in Asia? Look at this. What do we keep saying that gold loves to do time and time and time again? We took longs on Friday for this whole entire move up based off these liquidity highs. We took longs on London yesterday for price to come up and grab these highs. And there was longs here in Asia for price to come up and grab these highs. And what do we love to do before the push? We come down, tag the lows, hold support. So you guys trading Asia again, unfortunately, for us London traders, you guys had all the fun. Look at this. There's your trade for Asia. Right, it's a real shame because I keep missing all the Asia fun. But look at that. Like again, if you didn't get the London move, but you guys trade Asia, you're up like 1,000 ticks today. Again, same thing. There would be absolutely no reason to close this trade early because there's so much liquidity above. Like, what an absolutely insane move. You take this at 1:30 London time, you close it at 2:30. In an hour, you've made 1,000 ticks. Yeah, Corey. Everyone who watched the Asian market call yesterday, you guys should be massively up. You should be up a couple of hundred ticks. Hundreds of ticks. Hundreds and hundreds of ticks. Nice, there you go, Ian. I'm up 1,500 ticks today in Asia. Absolutely cleaned up. Yeah, did you take this long? This was a phenomenal Asia trade. This is probably one of the nicest trades I've seen in a while. Other than Friday. Friday had that great move in New York. But for you guys trading Asia, this was a just incredible move. We'll look at what we got today, guys. Gold's just ranging right now. I just want to recap the moves from yesterday and teach you guys something and the move from Asia. I'm here to teach you guys the plan because, like I said, you guys see these levels playing out time and time and time again. Did you get this? Did you get this long up in? No, that was a phenomenal trade. Phenomenal trade. Yeah, nice. Good man. Good man. Even if you took it like here, man, still from there up into that high minimum, it's like just huge. An absolutely huge trade. Again, gave all these levels beforehand in our Asian market call yesterday as well. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. Nice. Let's have a look in. Let's have a look, man. What do you have? What do you have? Oh, yeah. Nice trend line. Nice trend line. Yep. Great trade. Great trade. Absolutely beautiful trade, man. Fantastic. Held runners into highs. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning. I can't see. He's probably rage bait, is it? Yeah. That's pretty funny. That's even better, Bruno. I didn't know you could do that. That's even funnier. Would you consider a nice long yesterday 12:30 gold 30-minute breakout to the highs? 12:30. Where are we? Here, yeah, definitely. Here? Yeah, absolutely. You haven't grabbed any of the upside liquidity levels. You have these highs sitting above here. You have 4,600. You tag lows and close bullish here. So was there more buys there? Yes, absolutely. So again, you have the buys with me here in London. We took longs from all the way down here below this hourly low. You guys who weren't here yesterday, go back and watch it. We executed gold longs below this hourly low. So you could take a longs here. A re-entry where? On the breakout of this range. Just wait for price to break the range. But what's also nice before breaking the range is look what we did. We also wicked out the lows. What do I say time and time again that gold loves to do? Kind of to come up and tag previous highs or lows before having the move. So we came down, tagged the lows, closed bullish. So that's the markets confirming a breakout. That you follow it. Absolutely, there was more buys at 12:30. If you took that trade, that was also a great trade. I personally didn't get re-entries. I actually closed there. But looking back at the high time frame, yeah, I should have added more. But either way, I was still happy with my PC. But yeah, absolutely, it was a very valid entry. Look how perfect that hourly liquidity grab was. It was a shame it couldn't play out when we were on stream together, but it did take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. You probably guys don't want to watch me talk for 5 hours. Nor do I want to watch this trade for 5 hours. I want to take these trades and go about my day. What do you think about the hourly taking out the lows and closing bullish at support? You're not really closing bullish. You're closing doji. You're grabbing lows, but see the markets from the neutral perspective. Is the reason I'm not jumping in trades right now. See it from a neutral perspective. You're tagging lows, but yes, you're also tagging highs. We can't just look at this part of the move and think, oh yeah, we're just going to go up. We have to always see the markets from that neutral perspective. So it's like, yes, we're grabbing lows, but we did also just tag highs and hold resistance. You are also right back at 4,600. You have also just liquidated previous weekly highs, which is the whole direction for buying gold this week. If you're still here, if Ben's still here, me and Ben spoke about this on our one-to-one call on Saturday. That ideally this week we're buying gold where? All the way up into previous weekly highs based off this weekly morning star. So you're back above previous weekly highs here on gold without really grabbing much downside. So if we clean this up for a second, look at where gold's at right now. We're above last week's high. You've liquidated a lot of resistance. Even yesterday, you wicked out the highs, held resistance. To me, this daily could easily still wick back below and hold some resistance, and maybe you come down to target some lows. To me, buys have happened. The buys have been and gone. The buys were up into weekly highs. That's why you guys trading Asia, you guys had the nicest move. That's just overall. Could we still look for maybe intraday longs because these ranges are very big? Maybe come up and grab a couple more highs. Maybe it's still 200 ticks. But overall, for me personally, all my upside targets have been met. These highs longs on Friday. These highs longs yesterday. These highs longs today in Asia. So majority of my upside liquidity levels have been hit for now. Now it could be time where you start to see gold create a bit of a pullback. And maybe you come down and liquidate some more lows. But 4,600 is a big strong resistance level. You can see here, you broke it in Asia. Here, you broke it at 2 a.m. You tagged weekly highs and aggressively broke straight back below. To me, if this was a true breakout of 4,600, you wouldn't aggressively break it straight back below. So you found huge selling on gold. Where? Above previous weekly highs. Massive selling above them weekly highs. So it may be time for a bit of a pullback here on gold. Or maybe we create a bit of a range, which we can trade the range in London. But trade location will be very key. Very key. Very key. How wide was the stop for the trade yesterday? The stop was based off any closure below this level here. Was any closure below this low here on the hourly time frame? That was the risk. If the hourly didn't wick back up like this the last couple of minutes, we would have been closing the trade like straight away. That was my stop. Straight away, if it broke them lows in the hourly time frame, which is what we were saying live, out the trade right away. So we were risking, I think we got somewhere in around here on this candle, we were risking around 42 ticks to make, I think I took about 230. It was an absolutely beautiful trade. Absolutely beautiful trade. In terms of the execution, in terms of the risk to reward, in terms of the liquidity levels, it was just an absolute perfect trade. A perfect trade. Look at this grab. Look at this in Asia. Huge squeeze down, tags the lows, breaks straight back up. You see this breaking back above? Cool. More longs. More longs. You guys trading Asia had a lot of opportunities today. Asia had a lot of fun. Technical analysis is good, but we have to pay attention to. I mean, you can. You don't have to. You can pay attention. You don't have to pay attention to news for day trading. But if you want to and it helps, fantastic. I mean, none of this was based off news. None of this was me buying gold because some sort of news came out. This is me buying gold because I have my technical levels. And it all played out thousands of ticks right here. But if news helps you, yeah, look at it. I have an overall understanding of the fundamentals. But for day trading, I mean, I'm not going to check news every single time I want to take a day trading opportunity. You'll just talk yourself out of however many trades. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got on the cards today. So what do we have overnight? Trump tells he's willing to end war without reopening. What was this? When was that? 6 hours ago. Gold set for the worst month in more than 17 years as US rate cut hopes fade. That was about an hour ago, which is interesting. In terms of scheduled news, what do we have today? We have Jolt's job openings 3 p.m. London time. 3 p.m. London time, we have Jolt's job openings. I'll be on fast markets today as well, guys. I'll be on fast markets. Let's have a look. Let's see. Since silver hasn't taken weekly highs, does that mean it could still have possible upside for today? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I mean, yeah, possible. I don't really know the correlation that much between silver and gold. I haven't traded them enough, but gold already has grabbed the highs. Maybe silver still does. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, literally. With that being said, though, is there the possible for silver to grab weekly highs? I mean, yeah, it's possible. But I wouldn't ignore that we're here. This is why we were calling longs into silver yesterday. Calling longs into silver yesterday. Calling longs into 72 on silver yesterday. But now we're back at this 72. It's a big daily level of resistance. So do I want to be a buyer at daily resistance? Not really. But could you see a little squeeze higher? Yeah, possibly. But again, if I want to be a buyer on silver, where do I want to be a buyer? Back down here at support. Same as gold, back down at support. So personally here, I don't really want to be a buyer on silver. I'll look for other opportunities. Head and shoulders on which time frame? Which time frame? Which time frame are we looking at? On the 30. I can't really see one. I mean, you do have a little bit of a left shoulder head, but to create a right shoulder, you would want to see more of a sell-off and then pull back to the right shoulder. Then you could maybe consider it head and shoulders, but not really too much here. What are we looking for in London? That's what we're just trying to figure out. We're trying to see how gold reacts around this range. Of course, you know, you've had this great move up in Asia. Gold's up 1,400 ticks. Clean move. Should have been in that trade. Don't trade Asia. Fine. With that being said, though, does that mean I'm going to start trading this range? No. Gold's in a very tight range here. We have London Open coming up in 7 minutes. We'll see if it paints us a bit of a better picture. But for me, I don't see anything in here. We're just chopping. We've been ranging since 4 a.m. London time. We're down, up, down, up, down. We're in a range. We've tagged the highs. We've also tagged the lows. So if the markets don't know where they want to go in here, then neither do I. Then it's not my job to predict that. Why? Because we maximize these days. We maximize these days. We maximize these days. In here, we have to see what happens. Hopefully this hourly can tell us a little bit more. But right now, you're tagging highs. You're also tagging lows. You're closing right in the middle of the range. So who knows? Not me. That's for sure. You know, there's days where we come on like yesterday where we have clear as day targets. Cool. Easy bullish bias. Coming into Asia. Easy bullish bias. Here? I don't know. Nice, Glenn. So gold will need some time here. Silver. Again, silver's already had a great push up. You may squeeze higher. But if I want to buy silver, I probably want to see a bit of a breakout. You've already had this great move up here in Asia that I wouldn't want to now get caught in a range for the sake of taking a trade. Let's have a look at NQ. See if NQ is moving any nicer here than Goldie. What have we done here at NQ? So, continued selling off yesterday. We've come right back into that 23. Where have we gone? That 23,000 region. Which, if you look to the left, that's a very, very, very strong previous breakout level, where you may find some initial buying here in NQ. But that's a strong, strong, strong level. I'm just going to get my trading view chart up here as well so I can keep an eye on Goldie. I honestly wouldn't sell gold. There's no downside targets. There's no liquidity targets. There's nothing. If I start shorting gold, I would just be selling gold because I maybe didn't get this push up. To me, I wouldn't want to take that trade. If I had liquidity targets, you know, I'd sell it. But to be, I have no downside targets. That's the biggest thing. Without targets, we don't have a trade. So we have this nice, had this huge resistance here. Big resistance, support. You've broken it. 23,000 is this big, strong psychological level here on NQ. You just tagged previous day lows and instantly found some nice support. So you guys who are trading NQ, when was this? 1 a.m. Look at that. Nice move in Asia. Nice move in gold. Nice move in NQ. Sorry, nice move on gold in Asia. I would be seeing if you can get a potential squeeze higher here in London for NQ. Back up into this nice resistance. I don't trade NQ very often, but it's looking to be a nicer play than gold, to be honest. I'll be looking to squeeze NQ to come up and play this range. Yeah, trendline is definitely valid, but not for London. Not for London. I think I would take a whole entire probably day to play out, to be honest. If you're looking for a price to come and grab this trendline, I think that would take a long, long time. I would imagine gold would just do something like this for quite a while. Could rage for a good couple of hours. Whenever we see, you know, Asia up 1,400 ticks, you're gonna range. You're gonna range. You're gonna range. NQ made a yearly low, then took off. Interesting. Where do we start the year? I mean, hasn't all of this been a yearly low? This was a yearly low. This was a yearly. Wasn't all of these yearly lows? Still sold off. All of these were year lows, weren't they? Still sold off. It is a big level. I do think ES overall has some more room to the downside. But you may get some initial buying here at NQ and ES. Yeah, definitely, Glenn. Yep, definitely. If you were on Asia and you didn't get this move up for whatever reason, I wouldn't even be trading here. This is the move that we all should have been in. If we weren't in this move, you have to accept it and wait. Like, this was a great move. We all should have maximized this move as much as possible. If we didn't maximize this move, we can't now expect gold to do something in here. It's not how the markets move, unfortunately. But if you did maximize this move, when price is in this range, you go, that's fine. Sit on my hands and wait. No need to force anything. Out of everything we're looking at though, gold, silver, NQ, I do think NQ is looking the nicest for longs. Yeah, that was I personally I wouldn't take that trade, Glenn. Yeah, I wouldn't. Short after that move up, I definitely wouldn't take that trade. How come you didn't take the longs, man? The longs were clear as day. I certainly would not sell gold up here. That was more of a gamble, to be honest. Gold's up, you know, 1,400 ticks with a bullish bias. To sell after that, if it had pushed up, you would have massively kicked yourself. Personally, I would never short this. Personally, even here for him, I would never sell that. No way, no way. Let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin back to some major levels. Yep, I do have some alerts on Bitcoin. I was looking at Bitcoin this morning just before I jumped on. I'm looking for Bitcoin for more of a swing play. I got some alerts on the spot chart around 60,000. I'd like to see Bitcoin squeezed like maybe 58, 60,000. You had a decent week closure last week. Was looking hard at the charts and didn't take it. Didn't take this long. This long, yeah, it really should have been that long. There was kind of no reason to not take that trade. Even if you took the trade on gold at 2 a.m., once the hourly tag lows and close bullish, like from here, you still got like 500 ticks. 500 ticks. Called these highs in the Asian market called too. It was a great move up. So if you were trading Asia and you watched this move happen and you didn't take it, yeah, I absolutely wouldn't even be trading right now. That's for sure. Let's have a look. You're watching. You may get some longs on NQ. You guys who are trading NQ, you may get some longs back up into like the 340s. I don't trade NQ. If I was on a combine, I would give it a try, but I'm not going to start trading NQ. But if you guys are looking for a trade, NQ could be nice. Let's have a look. So you had a very decent breakout last week on Bitcoin. You had this nice pullback. You held 75,000. What did you do right here? You had a perfect evening star pattern. Look at that. Perfect evening star pattern. Where? Right at 75,000. So to me, I think Bitcoin right now, same as what gold loves to do, is trapping in early buyers. And I think you could see, again, I don't day trade Bitcoin. I've never really day traded, but I think you could be seeing Bitcoin come back down and squeeze 60s. Trap in any early buyers. You get that squeeze lower, everyone goes, crypto's dead, blah, blah. Before you know it, you could be right back up. So yeah, I would be looking for Bitcoin to squeeze lower. Let's see. Thoughts on long euro? Let's have a look. Have a look at the euro. We had a look at this past couple of days too. Let's see. I mean, the daily's bearish. Tagged highs have been selling off for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. You've been selling off for 4 days on the euro. Weekly tagged highs closed bearish. So I'll be selling into them weekly lows. If I wasn't in that trade, would I start buying? I wouldn't, man. No, I wouldn't. Looking at this daily, we should be shorting this. Buying the euro? I personally don't like buying the euro. If euro is going to have a reversal up, same as gold, it's going to always come down and tag the lows. Personally, I wouldn't be buying it. Personally. But if you like it, you know, don't not take it as me. But me personally, euro does the same thing as gold. Tags lows, pushes higher. Here, look, tag lows, breaks higher. Here, short down to lows. Here, short down to lows. Here, short down to lows. Personally, I wouldn't be buying. But like I say, don't not take it because of me. But would I buy the euro? No, I wouldn't personally. We got London Open here, guys. Let's see. So, gold hourly chart. In order for us to trade this current hour, we want to see how the previous hourly candle has closed. Well, what have we done? We pushed down. We closed bullish. We tagged highs. Tagged lows, tagged highs, and then we just closed bearish. So how could I trade this current hour? I don't really know. I don't really know, to be honest. It's very messy in here right now on gold, guys. Patience is going to pay here. But like I say, if you maximize the moves yesterday, you maximize the moves on Friday that we called, you maximize the moves in Asia, you don't have any desire to have to feel the need to trade in here. The reason I don't have any need or any urge to have to force in this range is because I maximized the trades that I knew I should have been in. Maximized Friday, maximized yesterday. Didn't maximize this in Asia because I don't trade it. So be it. I'm not going to start forcing in here. So personally, guys, I'm not a huge fan of gold right here. If we break to the upside or downside, cool, we can trade. but I won't take a trade on gold for the sake of being in the markets. The markets don't care about if I should have been in this move or not. And if I did catch this move, would I be trading in here? Which is the question you always have to ask yourself. If you caught this move, would you be trading in here? If the answer is no, that's the answer as to if you should be in a trade right now. For me personally, I will not trade this range. I have no targets and there's no volume. So we have to let gold find its feet, guys. Patience will pay. Patience will pay. Let's have a look at NQ. Let's have a look. So hourly, kind of holding some support. 30-minute trying to form a bit of a morning star play. 15 again, bit of a range. 5-minute trying to come back high. Yeah, this looks nice for a long. What would you be risking? I don't trade NQ, but this does look quite nice for a long. I'm not going to take it. I don't trade NQ. Oil dropping to 97. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What do we have for crude? Where are we? Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that nice sell-off. Was that in Asia as well? Yeah, wow, look at that. Huge, huge, huge short. Look at that for a sell-off on crude. With that being said, though, we are still pretty high. We are still pretty high. Remember, guys, it's the final trading day of March as well. Final trading day of March. Yeah, Trump said something during Asia, right? Where was it? Let's have a quick look here. Let's have a look at the main events for today. Let me just keep an eye on Goldie here. In the American session, we get the US consumer confidence and US job opening data. The US consumer confidence is expected at 88 versus 91.2 prior. A lower than expected figure wouldn't be a surprise, of course, given that the war and higher energy prices are negatively impacting the growth expectations while increasing inflation fears. The US-Iran war brought renewed uncertainty while also weighing heavily on the stock market. This could weaken the labor market in the short term. Anyway, the job openings data is for February, so it's old news and will likely be ignored. The focus is solely on the US-Iran headlines and the ongoing negotiations. So there was a report tonight that Trump would be open to end the war without pushing for a reopening. That would be great news to the markets, as the Iranians will likely reopen the strait as soon as the US forces withdraw. Very, very, very interesting. But it says here we will need Trump to announce that to make it happen. Need Trump to announce that to make it happen. He's certainly very uneasy right now with the stock market making new lows, much higher treasury yields, triple-digit oil prices, and the Fed in wait-and-see mode. So it's a very, very, very interesting time. That's why personally, I've been I'm buying some stocks today personally. There's some stocks at some great levels, and I'm not trying to call bottoms here because at any point things change, markets completely change around in a matter of a couple of minutes. There's some, you guys who are trading long-term stock, there's some great opportunities in the markets right now. Personally, I'll be picking up some absolute bargains. Yep. Yeah, it's more so that's what we're going to be waiting on. So there is some calendar news today, but we got job openings, but it looks like we're mainly just waiting for that war news. But yeah, crude, you've had this great push up. Again, it will be dependent on that. That's why I was kind of having a look there. But this is a pretty decent sell-off here on crude. This is a great sell-off. Where did you come up to? Highs of 106.88 and sold off straight back below. So there may be room to squeeze crude a little bit lower. Again, crude to me is just too all over the place with trying to understand what's going on in the world. I would be careful trading crude. I'm not a huge fan of it anyway. You got NQ ranging here as well, guys. I do like longs on NQ. But again, you're in a very, very, very small range this morning. But remember, guys, it's only 10 past 8 London time. We'll be on fast markets today as well. So whether we get a trade here for London, we'll see. We had a great trade yesterday. If we get a trade here today, fantastic. But let's see. You thinking gold's coming lower before we move higher? I'm not really thinking, to be honest. I'm not really thinking. I don't really have any plan on gold right now. I'm just kind of letting the markets tell me which way they want to go as opposed to me thinking too much. If I clean up some of these levels here, let's get rid of this for a second. Let's get rid of this one from Friday. Right now, gold's in a range. So regardless of what I think, it doesn't really matter too much. All I'm wanting to see on gold is just a break out of this range. You break the upside, cool. Maybe you get some longs. You break the downside, maybe you get some shorts. But I'm not really thinking here, to be honest. Whenever you're in a range, whatever I think just completely goes out the window. If you're in a range, you're in a range. Don't let thought process overtake the fact that we're just ranging. You know, I had great long calls in Asia. In here, I have no idea. Yeah, no real direction. Exactly, Cade. Yep. All the downside targets have been met and all the upside targets have been met, which are called perfectly. So for now in here, we let the markets find their feet. You know, the days where you jump on, you have clear targets, clear as day levels, clear daily bias. You know, you maximize them days. But when you come onto the charts and you see this, this is where you have to sit on your hands. And like I say, the only people who are trading in here right now are forcing trades because they didn't get the obvious moves up in Asia and the obvious moves up in London yesterday with us and the obvious moves on Friday. If you didn't get their moves up and you're starting to trade in here, again, you're trading based off emotions. Whereas me personally, I will sit on my hands and let the markets come to me. Yeah, last day of the month, exactly. Last trading day of the month as well. And March has been an incredible month. Again, March has been an absolutely amazing month. Amazing, amazing month. We've called some incredible moves in March. So don't ruin your month by forcing loads of trades on the final trading day of the month. You know, I will still trade today, don't get me wrong, I'll still trade. But I won't just trade in here for the sake of taking a trade. We've got fast markets today as well. Fast markets today as well, guys. Let's have a look. Where are we? March, 31st of March already. This was my month on my personal as well. Personal's up like 18,000 this month. I didn't really trade my personal too much this month. Look at this. Had one red day, one break even day. 4.5k. That was the longs that we called on Friday. Look at this. Longs on. Where's the longs on Friday? Yeah. Look. Again, maximize these days. Maximize these days. And the other days, I just sit on my hands. I didn't take the longs yesterday in my personal, unfortunately. I had it on my Topstep accounts. But that could have been a great day. But look at that. 18.3k for the month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Traded 10 days. Last day. Yeah, true. Last day of full margin March. Yeah, but then we got full margin May as well. Full margin May. Definitely feeling left behind. Was working during that push. So text, but yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. If you didn't get the push in Asia, like, yeah, it will be annoying. Like, I mean, I didn't get the push in Asia. I don't trade Asia. But if you didn't get the push in Asia, yeah, you just have to ask yourself the question. I always ask myself the question of, if I got this push, would I be trading in here? And if ever the answer is no, then that's my answer as to if I should be in a trade right now. Like, I didn't get this push in Asia, even though I called it absolutely perfect. I didn't get any of this. I don't trade Asia. I was fast asleep. But I'll just wait for New York. I won't start, you know, forcing in here for the sake of taking a trade. Why even trade Topstep if you've got a solid personal? I trade both. A lot of my personal trades are holding for much longer periods. You know, a lot of the trades I'm you know, like these two trades was I executed here, closed here for loss. This was holding overnight. So a lot of these trades I will hold for longer. A lot of my trades on Topstep I will be closing within 30 minutes to an hour, but a lot of these personal trades I will hold for longer. But then this is how I've built my personal, through Topstep. I didn't just wake up to having a personal account. I built my personal account by taking payouts. That's how you that's how you build the personal. Do you ever put payouts into your personal? Yeah, that's what I do, Kate. That's what I'll do all the time. I'm always putting mine into personal, or I'm taking payouts from Topstep, putting it into stocks. I put some money into my personal in February. I haven't put any in since. Any payouts now are going into stocks. Can you get personal accounts for future? Yeah, absolutely, man. Yep, you can. Yep, absolutely. That's the that's always the long-term plan. But use both. Use both. The reason I didn't take this trade yesterday on my personal is because this is more of like an intraday trade. So I didn't take it on my personal. Here, you see, I didn't take it yesterday. If I did, I would have made great money, but I didn't because I was too focused taking it here on my Topstep. My personal account's more so focused on like the big, you know, like the move on Friday, them big swing moves. Whereas my Topstep accounts, I'm trying to be, you know, quicker in and out. Yeah, it is, Sean. Yep, it is, man. Yep. So you got gold here. Look at this. You're tagging previous highs and about to close bearish. Trying to get some volume here on Goldie. The first sign of movement we've seen all morning here. Yeah, there's decent sell-off pre-London. You're kind of ranging, and now you're trying to get back to the downside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Silly question, but why don't you add the wicks in your range box? You mean this one here? The reason this is by range is just because it's just me demonstrating that you have wick the highs and wick the lows, and you're kind of stuck right in the middle. But yeah, you could have it like this and like this. It's kind of the same thing. The reason I just have it marked on these wicks here is because this candle here tagged the highs and the lows, and so I'm just kind of demonstrating that you've liquidated highs and lows, and you're currently stuck in the middle. Typically risking on personal, I again trade micros. All of my trades this month are trading. Can I see the size? So 3 positions on Friday, 0.5 each, which is 5 micros. If I just show you guys like this one, for example, at volume 0.5, that's 5 micros. 5 micros, 2.1k. I haven't used any more than that. Sometimes even less. Sometimes 0.25. Like where was the trade that I took? Where's my birthday trade? My birthday trade right here. Again, 0.5. Where was it? There was a silver one that was even less. This one maybe? I don't know why my silver trade's not here. Why is my silver trade not here? This isn't fully up to date. I had a silver trade here as well. Should be exercise your birthday. I haven't needed to use any more than one lot. Obviously, the Friday move, I traded 1.5, but that's me scaling into this winning trade because it was just such a good trade here. So this is the move that was from Friday that we called here in the London session as well. I scaled into this move for 3 positions. Why? Because my upside targets were just so key. Let's see here, Goldie. Goldie, what are we up to? We're trying to break to the downside. The reason I'm not going to sell this, guys, is because we're at hourly support. You try and take a 5-minute breakout hourly support, you can just get wicked straight back above. So it's just kind of messy. Yeah, it's just I think I took like a position here, then took like another position here or something like that. It wasn't really that much to it, to be honest, man. Took like I think I took a buy on this candle as it came back down, held support, probably took another one there. Hoyt Aaron, hello. No, I have no idea who that is. No, I have no idea who that is. But there was a few places. Actually no, I think I took another position here as well, as it was breaking out. I took it here, then another one as it was breaking out. Anywhere in here, I was just like, I'm just happy to be in the trade because I have such nice upside level. Same as if I was trading this in Asia today, buying this move, I would have taken some here, another one here, another one here if you really wanted to. Because as long as your targets haven't been met, I'm scaling into that trade. You could have taken like a long from down here on gold in Asia if you really want to. As it's grabbing the lows and rejecting, take a long from here. As it closes, you take another long. As it closes bullish, you take another long. You just follow the markets. But again, like if you're not yet comfortable just taking trades and holding it, I don't even worry about trying to scale into positions. Scale into position takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of confidence in your plan as well. Gold breaking down here, silver also breaking down. Oh, look at that. NQ also squeezing lower. Also squeezing lower. Thing is with scaling gold, you know, it's pretty difficult because gold, you know, most of the time you just like kind of in these like little moves. So if you scale in a range, you're going to get in a really bad trade with a really bad entry. I'll only scale into a trade when there's clear volume with big targets in like a New York session. Like I wouldn't scale into this trade yesterday because it was in a range. If I scaled into my position yesterday, I would have had a worse entry and I would have got probably wicked out of that position many times. So yeah, I wouldn't even look to scale in, to be honest. Gold trying to break down here, guys. Personally, no FOMO here. I'm not selling gold. I'm not really too bothered about missing this squeeze down. I want my my clear trades. Remember, guys, we'll be on fast markets today as well, guys. We'll be on fast markets today as well. Let's have a look. What strategy do you use mainly? It's everything we talked about here. Everything we talked about yesterday. If you were here yesterday, we took these trades live. We just spent the last hour going through the strategy, which is talking about, I don't have a main strategy. My strategy is my strategy. I use the same strategy every single day. It's all based off liquidity levels and price action. Liquidity and price action. I did do it, you know, maybe I can probably do a recap of this trade on my YouTube channel if you guys really want. But if you weren't here, I would definitely say go back and watch yesterday's stream because that's where we took this trade live and called these upside targets. I would also go back and watch Friday's stream where we called this nice long up into these targets. Yesterday, we also called the longs on silver up into that 72 region. So I would definitely say go back and watch yesterday's stream because we had some perfect calls. I did a trade breakdown here as well. I can put, like I said, I can put, if you really want to, this trade into a breakdown as well. Always take live trades when I miss the stream. We'll see what we get to. I think I'm pretty confident we'll get some trades into New York session today. Like I say, I'll be on fast markets today as well, guys. I don't really see too much in here right now. And like I say, I'm happy to not trade in here. If gold sells off, I'm more than happy to miss that and be like, that's not my trade. Why? Because we're just in a range. You try and take a 5-minute breakout of support when the hourly's in a range, more times than not, you're going to get manipulated and just stopped out on a false breakout. Hey, Aaron, how do you boost the win percentage? For me personally, after a couple of weeks of trading, I tend to take stupid trades and blow an account. That's a good point, man. And again, I'm doing a video on this because this day here, even though it's only minus 2.5k, this to me was a really stupid day because in a single trade, I was minus 6,500. And I'm going to put that into a whole breakdown as well as to how to, and I'll try and post that tomorrow, how to recompose yourself after you've been on a pretty decent win streak. But if you said here, me personally, after a couple of weeks trading, I tend to take stupid trades and blow the account. I mean, you kind of have to understand, like, why are you, like, what triggers their mistakes? Is it because you're in a combine and you've taken good trades, but you haven't yet seen any money actually hit your bank, so you get a bit frustrated? Like, that can be a possible scenario. Maybe you're stuck on a combine right now and you really want to get it past and you're a little bit burnt out. And that can happen. But remember, just take that step back. Always look at the bigger picture. Always look at the bigger picture. But whenever my biggest losses always come from good winning streaks. Always. Always come from good winning streaks. So whenever I'm on a good winning streak, you know, I'm rewarding myself with a payout, or I'm composing myself and being aware that this is sometimes when my biggest losses can happen. Let's have a look here. The reason I'm not taking this breakout right now on gold, guys, don't get trapped in these breakouts here on gold. A break to the range can get you tagged in a bad position. If you want to take a breakout on gold, wait for a high time frame candle closure. If you try and take a 5-minute breakout of hourly support and resistance, you'll get stopped out every single time. Like, if you saw this, oh, you know, cool, 5 minutes breaking out, I'm going to take a long here. Well, if you don't understand this hourly resistance, you get wiped out straight away. Same thing here. You see the 5-minute breaking down, you go, oh, great, I'm going to take this nice short. Why would I not sell this? Because it's hourly support. Hourly support, hourly resistance. If this hourly does close bearish, fantastic. Maybe you can short at 9 a.m. But don't get too trapped into that 5-minute. 5-minute is just complete noise. You know, we took our trade on the 5-minute yesterday, and we were buying as price was breaking to the downside. Why were we buying when price was breaking to the downside? When we took this trade live together yesterday, why were we buying here? When price is clearly breaking out and a lot of people would have been trying to short that. Hourly support. So we're not going to short this 5-minute now when yesterday I would have been buying it. The reason I'm not buying it right now is because I have no real upside targets. Has gold hit the daily highs from last Wednesday? Is it going to reach the lows of last Thursday? Maybe. I think to think of something like that, man, you'd have to see today close. If today wicks the highs and closes, you know, back below this resistance, yeah, definitely. We could look for some shorts tomorrow, though I wouldn't look for it today. Today we should be buying up into the highest point. But if today closes doji, yeah, absolutely, man. You could see gold come all the way back down to 4,400 for a decent short. But if I'm going to think about shorts on gold, I would have to see today close bearish and then great, short the next day. A great example of this was back here when I was in Finland. I didn't trade this day. Why? Because I didn't really have much of a daily bias. I didn't trade this day because I didn't have much of a daily bias. But when I see this day break to the downside, fantastic. That's the market showing me supports being broken. And then I shorted this day. And that's where I made, where are we? That's where I made this, 2.15 thousand. Because my daily bias was as clear as day. This day broke to the downside, cool. Shorted this day and maximized it. And you maximize these days, you know, 700 ticks, fantastic. So if today maybe closes bearish doji, great. Tomorrow we come on the chance, we could short down into these lows and you get 1,000 tick move again. Amazing. But to think of that, we probably would have to see how today's going to close. We can still get intraday trades in the meantime. But yeah, I wouldn't really be thinking that far ahead just yet. But it is possible, absolutely. Absolutely. I noticed you don't have any indicators in your charts. Why? I trade price action. I have the VWAP on here, but that's it. My strategy is price action liquidity. The more indicators I have on my charts, the more it is for me to think about, the more it is for me to hesitate and miss clear opportunities. I like just pure price action. It's what works for me the best, and it's what I find is most consistent. Hey Aaron, do you take 15-minute morning stars? No, I don't take any 15-minute patterns. Brad, I don't take any 15-minute patterns. The 15-minute pattern to me is just way too unreliable. 15-minute is just a time frame. I honestly don't even really trade. I've had good trades in the 15-minute, and I've also had trades I'm like, it gets me trapped into too many poor trades. So no, me personally, no, I don't look at the 15 at all. I'm like hourly, I got daily, hourly, 30-minute, and then 5-minute for execution. I don't even really look at the 15, to be honest. So look at this, guys. The reason we're not selling gold right now is because you're hourly support. You try short this break to the downside, you're getting squeezed out. You can't sell a 5-minute breakout at hourly support. It doesn't make any sense. You're at hourly support. This is what paints the picture. You try and short this, you're going to get squeezed out every time. I think what's nicer here on gold is if we do start to break back above, then cool. Maybe we retrace some of this big move. And there is also the possibility that, you know, let's say gold does hold these levels. And then we do come for a new high. We break back above and then great. But for me, I'm not going to predict in here. I will let this happen and then I'll follow the markets from here. I'll let price break out and then I'll follow. Because there's nothing to say right now on gold. You know, we don't continue this big Asia move. And how much have we actually... oh, it's very colorful. Look at that. How much have we actually retraced here? We've retraced down to like 50-ish%. So I'm trying to understand, are we going to have another leg higher and continue this Asia move? Or are we going to break back below and sell off? That's really what I'm trying to understand here on gold. And to be honest, I actually don't know. And that's okay as well. All I want to see is the market show me their hands. Let the market show me the hands, let the market show me their cards, and then I'll take my trade. NQ squeezing lower. Goldie trying to hold this support. That sounds like such a deep question. At what point of life did you realize gold was the one for you? At what point in life did I realize gold was the one for me? Good question. I realized that gold was the one for me when I was trading currency pairs in my earlier days. Because that's what I was trading for. I was swing trading currencies. But then when I moved into day trading, I tried to day trade currencies too, but just to me, gold was the most consistent. That was probably like 5 years ago. 5 years ago or so. I've been trading gold for like 7 years. 7, 8 years. But when I decided that gold was the one for me, and I'm just going to trade gold, it's just when I would just look at all my data and be like, nah, gold is the most consistent. It gives me the most consistent moves. I give back my gold profits trading other noise. So gold came to me and gold told me I was the one for gold. I didn't get to choose gold. Gold chose me. Yeah, gold chose me. Gold. You don't get to choose gold. Gold comes and chooses you. If gold's found you, don't ignore it. You listen to gold. It's found you for a reason. Would you consider entering a trade based on the 30-minute candle break and a closure, or no? Because this is what you'll see a lot on gold. You'll see this a lot. These hourly wick rejections are 30-minute fake outs. So if anything, I'm looking for a 30-minute fake out on an hourly wick rejection. That's what you'll see a lot on gold. I didn't really do it too much here in Asia. I was looking for an example. You kind of did it. You did it for my longs on Friday. Here, I took these longs on Friday, but you can see this 30-minute broke to the downside. But a lot of these 30-minute breakouts are typically fake outs. Fake out on the 30-minute, hourly wick rejection. So no, you see here, hourly wick rejection. That was a 30-minute closure. If it's hourly support, you want to see an hourly closure. If it's hourly support and you see a 30-minute break back below, I mean, it's kind of like the trade we took yesterday, right? Let's have a look at the trade we took yesterday. Look here. 30-minute broke to the downside, but I was buying the next 30-minute. Why was I buying the next 30-minute? Because I know that gold loves that break on the 30-minute to get that hourly wick rejection. That's what gold absolutely loves. Gold loves that 30-minute fake out on an hourly wick rejection. So no, personally, if I want to see a break to the downside on gold, I want to see an hourly closure below because it's hourly support. Look, you see, we took advantage of that beautiful wick rejection on the trade we took yesterday. All based off that exact thing right there. How you join Spain? Yeah, Spain's all right. Spain's okay. I miss Australia, to be honest. I think Australia's much nicer, but Spain's cool. Spain's cool. I think there's cooler places in Europe, to be honest. If I had to do it again, I would definitely choose other places in Europe, but it was the only place we could get the visa. But coming from Australia to Spain, it's a big difference because I definitely miss Australia life. That's for sure. But it's still nice to be in Europe trading in the mornings. That's what that, you know, sometimes when you're trying to take advantage of these wick rejections here, when you see this hourly wicking down, you want to drop down to your lower time frame and look for them fake out plays. You want to look for them 30-minute fake outs to take advantage of that hourly wick rejection like this. You see this closing bullish? When you see the 30-minute close bearish, you don't short it. Why? Because you know on the high time frame you're looking for longs. As soon as you get that 30-minute tag and lows and closing bullish, right there. Take your long straight away. 30-minute fake out, hourly wick rejection. That's the exact trade I took on Friday as well. See? Hourly wick rejection, holding support. Don't get too trapped into them lower time frame breakouts when you're at high time frame hourly levels, because gold loves them hourly wick rejections. You look back at gold in the hourly time frame, you go, oh, it was so simple, just such nice support. But when you're watching this on the lower time frame, you know, that's where we talk ourselves out of a trade because we go, I don't know, it's selling off quite a lot. I don't think I want to take this trade. You don't take it, it rips up, you look back at your hourly time frame, you go, oh, why did I not take that trade? It was a huge rejection of massive support. Same as me yesterday. When we took these buys here together, when I see this 5-minute pushing down, do I go, oh, it's quite a steep push down, I don't think I want to take this trade? I go, no. We're pushing down into previous hourly lows. That's where I want to be a buyer. So don't worry too much about lower time frame noise. Lower time frames just to press buy and sell. The bias on gold, the nicest time frame to read gold is that hourly time frame, and it's super simple. Same as right now on gold. The reason I'm not trying to short this lower time frame breakout is because we're at hourly support. And I know that's what gold wants me to do. It wants you to get trapped in these false breakouts before it manipulates high. And people go, how do you trade gold? Gold's so manipulated. It's like, yeah, it is. But if you understand how it moves, it's actually very simple. And it's also, more importantly, very repeatable. That's why I love gold. Gold repeats the same things time and time again. She's a keeper. Never understood gold until I started watching streams. Nice. That's what we like to hear. Even though there's no trade shaping up right now, guys, I'm saving us losing money. Because I think a lot of people will be trying to short this on gold, trying to short this breakout. Well, I'm not shorting it because it's hourly support. So we're saving ourselves unnecessary losses here as well. We have to look at it from both sides, not just when we make money like yesterday. We got to look at these times where we don't take a trade and we save ourselves money as a win. So I haven't taken a trade here this morning. I haven't lost money. That to me is a win. That is a win. Don't lie, it was when you were in Turkey that you found out that you loved gold. Yeah, that's true. That was probably the most insane drop I have ever caught on gold. Have you traded indices like ES, NQ, and Russell for a long time? Yeah, I've traded NQ. When I first came to futures, I thought you only really trade NQ, and I traded NQ for a little bit, and I had good trades on NQ, don't get me wrong. I had good trades on NQ because it follows the same principles, but on the days where NQ was bad, my losing trades were really bad. My good trades were good, then my losing days were really bad. Whereas on gold, it was just so much more consistent. So I feel like with gold, I can just sit here and I could read a naked chart and trade very well. Like a lot of these levels I'm drawing on for you guys, see, I could sit here and trade a naked chart based off price action. That's why I like gold. And if you can get good at reading a naked chart, you can have very good execution. Yeah, not trading is trading, exactly. Could it be a buy on silver? Let's have a look. Yeah, it could be a buy on silver. You could take silver back up into these highs here. You're buying at 72 as well, which is the nice breakout level from yesterday. Previous resistance. Tag the lows, held VWAP, closed doji. Yeah, if you want to take it, you can. How was the previous hourly? Yeah, also holding support. Definitely. If you were trading silver, you could have taken silver, yep. You may see silver come back up to these highs here. Look at this, gold trying to get right back above here. Look at this. Gold's gone from not really showing its cast to silver's breaking higher to all of a sudden gold's tagging lows and closing bullish. So gold could make more sense soon. And the patience could absolutely pay here. One thing I'm confused about is if you wait for a breakout, does there have to be a liquidity grab after or a wick before the breakout? So, I mean, for the example of the trade that we took yesterday, this was the liquidity grab here, liquidating previous lows. For the trade here in Asia, this is the liquidity grab. After that, do you need to see more liquidity grabs? No, that's the move there and done. The same for the trade that I took on Friday, where we called longs up into these liquidity highs. The reason I was taking it is because you've tagged lows, you held support, you closed bullish. I'm taking the trade. That's my liquidity grab. You don't need to see any more than that. Because if you try and look for too many liquidity grabs, then you end up just overcomplicating it and missing the trade. As long as you've grabbed lows, you close bullish, cool. Take the trade. Same as the buys that you guys asked about earlier. Would I buy at 12:30 London time? Yes. Because here, you've broken out. But what did you do before the breakout? You tagged lows. Cool. That's enough. You tag lows, you close bullish. Cool. That's enough for you to take the trade. Same as the longs from Asia yesterday. The longs from Asia yesterday. Here. You wicked a lot of lows. You broke out. Cool. There's your trade. As long as you've grabbed some lows, that's enough for you to start taking the trade. So you had that 30-minute close in Doji there. 5-minute faking out a lot of people right at that support there, guys. There is a little bit of a trend line coming down here on gold. If there's a bit of a scalp, I'll see. But I'll be very cautious trading this range. Yeah, silver still got the weekly highs too. Yep. Silver still got some room. Silver probably looking nicer than gold here. With gold, there's a bit of a trend line coming up, so you're more likely to squeeze this. Maybe you pull back up into 4,600, 100 tick range if you want it. It's not the nicest of trades, but it's there. It's there. I think it's with trading the Audi time frame on gold as well. It's like it doesn't actually move as fast as you think. Like you might get the urge to want to jump in gold right now. The likelihood is gold isn't just going to rip out of nowhere. The likelihood is gold's going to, you know, this Audi will probably close a little bit doji, and then guess what? The next Audi is going to come down for that bottom wick, and then it's going to have the push. And then you can just take advantage of that bottom wick. Gold just doesn't just rip out of nowhere. It's not how gold moves. You tag lows, you hold support, you then you push. So here, you could easily tag these lows, hold support, then the next Audi will come and do something like this. And the reason I'd rather wait for that is because this candle here will confirm the move. This candle will be my confirmation. This will be my execution. Look at that nice art class here this morning as well. That was pretty good. Do you keep an eye on ear on news, especially with the current events when day trading gold? No, I don't. Obviously, I understand when news is coming out, but my liquidity levels are all painted first, and the news comes out and pushes it into my levels anyway. I have an understanding of what's going on, of course. Like I look at the events coming up for the day, so I want to be wary of trading around certain times. But if unexpected news comes out, I mean, it's typically pushing into my levels anyway. Like I'm pretty sure this move up was fueled by news. Well, I had this analysis before the news even came out. Do you trade across the gold or just on MGC? No, I trade MGC. I trade gold against the US dollar on the spot chart as well. I trade both. If price was to break out of the range to the downside, would your target not be the bottom of the wick from 10 a.m. 30-minute? 10 a.m. Which time? 10 a.m. London time? Which time? 10 a.m. Which time? I'm on London. My chart's on London time. If you have it in London time, I can have a look. But if you break the downside here on gold, look at where you're coming into. You got massive support. Drag it all the way to the left. You got huge levels here. So you got massive support there. You've got more levels here. You have more levels here. And then maybe below that there you might get a clean move. But no, anything in between here, I'm not selling gold. You can just get trapped into support every single time. Yes, would that be considered a morning star? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If gold tags these lows, holds the previous hourly lows, yeah, you're looking for a bit of a morning star play. Even just for a pullback up into maybe previous hourly highs. Definitely. That's a very nice morning star play. So, YouTube guys, I'm going to wrap up here. If you do want some trades, you may get the hourly close given gold longs back up into 4,600. But with gold in the range here today, guys, I haven't taken a trade here in London. We had 2 great calls yesterday, nothing here today. But that's trading. You have great days and you have quiet days. But on the quiet days, you need to know when to take that step back. So for me, I didn't try and take the short of the breakout. Save myself a loss. Cool. That's a great win. And we'll be on fast markets later on as well, guys. So if you're around for the New York session, I'll be live on the fast markets with the guys, and we'll see if we can get some gold trades into the New York session. So trade safe for the rest of the day, guys. Follow the plan, wait for price to break out, let the markets come to you. Remember, gold doesn't move as fast as you think. We have plenty and plenty of time here, guys. I'll speak to you throughout the rest of the day. I'll see you guys for the New York session if you're there. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.